And welcome, we're back with another showcase. What we're going to do today is we are doing Tempest Rising, game that has recently come out from the time we're recording this video. And this video will be up on the Friday after we've recorded it. Basically, this is a game, real-time strategy game. I've been waiting for this for a while. Jax knows this. We played the demo previously on the channel. So what we are going to do today is I'm going to showcase a little bit of the start of the GDF campaign on a new save. We're going to play it on easy because we're just going to do this for the sake of this video. But we're going to showcase the return of basically the Command and Conquer style real-time strategy game. And this game definitely is one of those games that I think you can agree with me on this, Jax. I think when you see the way this game plays, you're going to be able to see what I mean by it has captured that feel again.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of these type of games. So
yeah, we're going to play this.
I recently did both Command and Conquer remastered on my computer. We're
going to do this. We're going to play briefing. We're going to play this. So let's launch into the game and launch into the first briefing.
Commander, good of you to join us.
How much we can get through in half hour?
Well, probably quite quickly. The first mission's not that long. I have played a little bit of the GDF campaign. Currently on my own personal thing, I'm nearly finished the Tempest Dynasties campaign. I don't want to showcase that because I'm nearly endgame spoilers. We're just going to showcase it today about the first to second mission at most.
Starting from the east coast. If you ask me, I reckon it looks deliberate. I want you to do a sweep of the area and flush out any dynasty forces you might find.
That would have been the code, wouldn't it?
Isn't to be trifled with. I'll link your control interface to the battle network. If you've got any questions, now's the time to voice them.
All right.
I do miss these sort of graphics in games where it's just really big open mouth movements.
Oh yeah.
We're not going to motion capture anything. We're just going to
What I do miss is I wish this was an FMV. Jax. I wish this was an actual, full, movie, an actual real
video. I know the one you mean, because the famous.
What made CNC and Doom? What made CNC, Doom, and June? Sorry, really famous. June, the original Command game made by Westwood. What made them both famous? Sorry, we are talking over the guy. Actually, fair. No further questions in this instance. We're just going to go straight into the mission. We're going to kick the Tempest Dynasties' arse and kick them off our lands. I will. Let's see what you can do, Commander. Cool. All right. First things first. Let's deploy. We're going to deploy first and see what happens. This is a very good game. I was pleasantly surprised playing this game. I have been playing this game non-stop the last few days, except for, well, as anyone might know, what just came out in the last 2 days has replaced that obsession. We're not going to talk about that game. You'll see that game on the live stream. That happened before this came out. Here we go.
All right.
These cutscenes are really nicely done.
Very much. Everything's very nicely done, to be honest. I mean, that's one of the things we did point out last time round. It was they had kind of worked it properly.
Yeah. Well, they've delayed the game 3 times. It was originally going to come out in 2023, I believe. But after they released, their beta in 2023 and got a lot of feedback off people, they went, okay, we'll come back to you after we've worked on it again. They released another one in 2024, got a lot more feedback and went, yeah, we understand, and have made the game smoother. Some people do complain that the game is not incredibly smooth and units are not responsive as they are in StarCraft and stuff. But I'm like, this is a Command and Conquer style, RTS, not a StarCraft style RTS. Units are meant to be a bit sluggish and a little bit slow to react because you're not APM 1,000 clicks per second, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's not APM. This game is never. Command and Conquer is not an APM game. Command and Conquer is a bit methodical. Yes, in multiplayer, there's a bit of spamming, Not going to lie. But there is a bit of spamming in every RTS in multiplayer. It's kind of the...
Yeah. I mean, especially in CNC, if I couldn't spam the riders early on,
Whoops, I destroyed that too early. Destroy that tank! I have played this mission, as you can obviously see. Blow up the tanks. Gotta be careful with those, because they actually can kill your own infantry, and I've had my infantry run up to them and blow themselves up before. This is a really fun mechanic of these guys. So I like these drone operators, they're quite cool. So I set them here, yeah, where they can see the turret. Oh crap, I put them too close. I just lost all of my fucking drone operators and failed the mission.
oh,
So, we, just the mission
could
itself.
have done that better.
We fucked up. That was my fault.
Right, we do better next time.
We did better. To be fair, that was me being too smart for my own fucking good, let's be honest.
Yeah. You were trying to raid it really fast and you over the first zombie you come across.
Look, the problem is it goes through the tutorial again, even because it's the first mission, so it's like, yeah, you want to do the tutorial, alright? I'm like, no, I already know the controls.
I know it, I know.
But I'm like...
Wait, I was watching a retrospective on Games Master the other day. It was season 1. And when they were doing the original sets of challenges. So right, let's say no, little Timmy, what's your best video game achievement? It's, I've completed Super Mario, others 1, 2, and 3 on 1 life in under 4 hours each game. Oh, very interesting. Well, your game is Super Mario Bros. 3. All you've got to do is get 60 coins and get to the end of the level. Straight into the first Goomba of the game. And dies.
There we go. Drones have done the job. We can now clear out. There we go. We clear out that. Get to the bridge. Get to there. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do before, by the way. There we go.
Nice.
I'll just destroy the flame turret without having to... Boom! Kill that dude that's trying to run at us. Oh no! No. Oh no. There we go, Sam's down. Destroy that. This first mission, we're going to get to the GDF MCV. Alright, we got a medic. I completely forgot you get a medic in the first mission. So yeah. There's a reason for me going around this way.
I believe you.
Because that's why. I want those dudes. I love how it's telling me like all of this tutorial shit and I'm like, I already know this shit. Go away. There we go. There we go. Got grenadiers. Okay, see, we're going this way. I'm going to wipe out this base, this SAM turret.
GDF forces collect intel as a resource. Intel is used to authorize limited countermeasures, such as unit abilities and support powers.
Hey, look, go throw grenades at that. Every time we take out Sam's site, we get reinforcements. That's why I'm doing it.
The Sentinel Scout car's alternate fire mode exchanges firepower for
Fair
marking
enough.
rounds, generating intel when marked
Makes
targets
sense to
are
me.
destroyed.
There we go.
This is what
What?
This is exactly what I love.
What? Having a nice
These
little.
sort of going through, just having these things wind around.
Oh yeah. People, a lot of complaints I have seen generally for all this game have been in regards to like the units not being fast. So I'm like, I don't mind it because, as we've said before, it's a Command and Conquer style one, not a.
Set yourself up. Depending on the mission, it's either set yourself up a base, get yourself a beachhead, and then work your way out from there.
Okay. Oh yeah. There we go. Kill all those dudes. So those drones are generating intel, which is my faction's secondary resource. The other faction doesn't do that. They don't have a secondary resource, but this faction does.
Fair enough.
It's shove corridors. Everyone's moving in. Destroy that. That destroys that generator. This is Tempest. This is the resource, the resource of the game. Boom. There we go. And then we go find the GDF MCV. Yeah. Unfortunately, there is one thing about the attack move that slightly annoys me, is that because of the options I have it set on, where they don't ignore buildings, they attack stuff like walls.
Okay. That's helpful.
Which is helpful, but a bit annoying because sometimes units will get stuck on a wall because they're trying to kill it, basically.
Mhm.
Not like stuck in it as in like it blocks them, it's just they get stuck in it as in they're sat there trying to kill the wall instead of, you know, focusing on actual threats. Okay, put the units here. And then G. And they'll hold the line. Okay, put that there. Now, this is the one thing I do like about this faction. This faction kind of builds like the Soviets from Red Alert 3, where you can place the building and then it builds the building, like as it's, you know, placed. The other faction plays a bit more like standard CNC in the building style, where you build the building first, you know, in the MCV, and then you place it.
Yeah.
This one does it the other way around, which is fine, which I like, because it's like, I also love the dynamically difference between the way the two factions that are in the game at the minute playable, like harvest resources. Because like GDF, the one I'm playing now in this mission, they harvest like, you know, the crystals, like, you know, with a big harvester.
Yeah.
That thing I blew up there before was a Tempest rig. That's the Dynasty's harvester. It's a mobile harvester that you know, when the field's empty, you just undeploy it and redeploy it as appropriate.
Okay.
Which is, you know, to move it around, which is quite neat.
It's sort of like the in Command and Conquer's movable base. If you could deploy it,
I can redeploy this. That's my MCV. It's a bit more like, they play a bit more like the Japanese do in sort of in Command and Conquer 3, Red Alert 3.
Okay.
Which is not everyone's fate. Which is the Red Alert that a lot of people seem to hate for some reason. I have never understood the hate for Red Alert 3, because personally I think Red Alert 3 is awesome. It's an unpopular opinion apparently, but I think Red Alert 3 was awesome. It's not as good as Red Alert 2.
Definitely an interesting addition to the franchise.
I enjoyed the joke of it being the fact that they. So why did everything happen again? Someone went back in time again. Okay, and what happened? Kind of decided we accidentally wiped out nukes this time.
You done fucked up?
We fucked up again. Why? We wiped out nukes because we killed Einstein. Oh. What the hell did you do that for? We didn't mean to.
On purpose.
Commander, you can now train grenadiers
It was not my goal for the afternoon to fuck up history.
intel passively.
Unleash our nuclear weapons. I'm sorry, our what? You know, our nuclear weapons? Our atomic bombs?
We have none of those now, sir.
It's like, what are you on about?
Also don't
That
have
Einstein,
the
there's no nuclear weapons. Like, also, Tim Curry and George Takei. Nothing in this world will convince me it's a bad game when both of them are in it.
That's what it would because the Tim Curry is
And J.K. Simmons.
famously mean.
Everyone forgets J.K. Simmons is in that game.
He's famously memed for that one because he has that line where he starts laughing
It's not
before
just,
he even gets to the end of it. He's like, they've gone into space.
no, we're going to go to the one place that capitalism cannot reach. Spice!
Aye.
And it's just like, yep, Tim Curry. I yes, Premier Chudenko, I agree. The one place capitalism cannot reach is spice.
Aye.
Airstrike ready. Let's pick a location, Commander.
Pick a location, Commander. Okay.
On my way.
Tempest airstrike deployed. Okay, we're falling back from the base because, let's be honest, if we don't, we're going to lose our troops. We can't rebuild the vehicles on this mission. We don't get the factory, the vehicle factory. There goes the gate. And now, go. Without the gate, we can breach. Go, go, go.
Breach.
Yeah, so there is a mechanic in this game called Tempest Overload, which is what vehicles get when they travel through Tempest Field. Quite an opposite of Command & Conquer, where Command & Conquer infantry can't travel through the Tempest, through the Tiberium, but vehicles can safely. In this game, it's the other way around. Infantry, no ill effects from travelling through the, the resources and Tempest Fields. But vehicles get like a thing called Overload, where over time they get sort of like they start taking damage and they get slowed down and they attack slower. That can stack up to 5 times. They get a debuff for going through it, and it's kind of like it's kind of a nice little switch where it's your vehicles that don't want to go through the Tempest Field, not your infantry. So we now come to my favourite mechanic in the campaign. I've done all of the things. We've done all the bonus objectives, let's be honest, so it's fine. So, we come to my favourite mechanic in the campaign. This. So, in multiplayer you get this mechanic. In multiplayer you can get 6 of them. 6 from one tree and then 5 from another tree. In the case of this campaign, we've got 2 doctrine points to start with, so we can pick a tree to go down. I'm going to pick that one, because that makes my buildings produce quicker. And I get 50% credits back when they die, and this harvests me 50% faster, and 20% more health, and they heal 5 health per 2 seconds. But this is my favourite mechanic. So this is exclusive to campaign. You don't get this in multiplayer at all, but in campaign you get like a mechanic where you can modify your army with special rules like that. First aid kits, all infantry heal themselves over time when not in combat at a rate of 1% of their health, for example, or that. And these slots, the number next to it is how many slots here it takes up. You usually get at the end of every mission like 1 or 2 slots, and by the last mission before the last mission you'll have all the slots unlocked. But also has this mechanic, which is what I like. Which is I can steal the Porcupine multiple rocket launcher from the Dynasty. I could actually get this if I save up enough and get 3, which is called Tempest Imbued Plating. My vehicles are immune to Tempest Charge. This would be broken in multiplayer because the other faction relies on Tempest Charge as like for quite a few of its abilities. But what I am going to get is I'm going to get a Stolen Plan. Because I don't get access to my like artillery that early, I'm going to get the porcupine artillery off the enemy. So,
Kind of makes sense.
equip that. Now, when I build a vehicle bay, I can build the enemy's artillery unit.
Nice.
Get the requisition for finishing bonus objectives. Next mission will have 1 slot again, and then the mission after that will have 2 slots spare. But some of them cost 1, so there's some that cost 4. Like that is a really powerful upgrade, but you need 4 slots to use it. Basically, all my vehicles come out as veterans, like 2nd level, veterancy.
Yeah.
Which is
Because I know a lot about animals.
yes. But it means that, whenever I build a new vehicle in the campaign, they come out at, like, high level. Or you get the Tempest ammo where, my rifles, my, like, basic guns, build up Tempest charge, so my infantry become, like, deadly to vehicles.
That's actually quite handy, because you can build those motherfuckers up quite nicely.
Oh yeah, you can spam the basic infantry like quite fast. So if I just spam a whole bunch of basic infantry from like 2 or 3 barracks and just have them shoot a tank, the tank will just get Tempest overloaded and kill itself from rifle fire. There's also 1 slot ones. That one I actually usually get because that is really good for the engineer units. So not engineers, for my drone controls, which is my equivalent of an anti-tank trooper. It makes their drone have a laser instead of fire. It makes all my drones fire lasers, and the lasers recharge quicker than the missiles do and fire faster.
Nice.
That's quite nice because it's Intel being the second resource. It makes all my factories produce 1 Intel every 20 seconds. So we're going to go see the briefing of the next mission.
Yeah, let's get the next one down.
I think we'll do 2 missions. We'll do the first 2 missions, as I said, and then what we're going to do is we'll come back. We will wrap it up there with a bit of thing. This is a game that I think anyone who's watched the demo video already knows that we highly recommend. I want to showcase the differences between the game.
Yes, we definitely. This is one that I think we should definitely play through.
Anything and everything related to Tempest research goes through my team, and Iceland has Tempest in abundance.
Hey, look, we'll find over Iceland.
Over 24 harvesting jobs over there.
That's a bit too close to modern history.
Council Dean tells
I know, right? I found that hilarious the first time. It's not Greenland, but it's Iceland.
Tempest. I need you to keep them off our harvesters. I think you can do that.
Okay.
First time working in the field with it? Vines are usually what catches the eye first. But
I like this bit, by the way.
highest interest. The fluid inside carries an incredible potential
Okay,
for
cool.
energy conversion. Clean and extremely efficient.
Like, it tells you what, like, it makes up, like, it's made up of all these different elements, and I'm like, holy shit.
You get the picture. I know Carmen and Writhing, the Tempest.
They thought out the lore of, like, this, of the...
Found it favors areas of high folate saturation for a reason. As it
The world a
spreads,
bit.
the radiation
Yeah.
readings go down. Still, we have a lot yet to learn. I have biologists working on its cellular structure. The interesting thing is, it looks like a plant, but it's not. It's not even eukaryotic.
Like, the fact they're actually using proper, like... Yeah, it's pseudoscience in, sci-fi terms, but the fact that they're using it, you know what I mean? Shows that they were, like, really dedicated in this game to world building and giving you that sort of immersion factor in this game. Like, I didn't... From a AA RTS, I'm going to call it a AA game because that's what it is. It's not a AAA. It's a indie game, but, like, better, you know what I mean? But published. You know what I mean, Jax?
Yeah.
But yeah, these guys really went above and beyond with this game.
Take care of how you position your other vehicles. A charge plays havoc with electronics, and most vehicles aren't graded for proximity to the Tempest. The Dynasty does things a little different.
Yeah, no, just what I say, I love RTS games, and this is interesting to see one done in a more modern style.
Oh yeah, it's basically CNC but with like a lot of features from modern RTS games brought into it to, like in my opinion, it's the best combination of both.
Is with simple
Yeah.
electrodes. You don't have to worry about that though. The
Oh.
Tempest you harvest is
Apparently the AI is too hard on even on easy for some people. I'm just like, the AI doesn't seem that hard even on when I played this on my own on against the hard AI. But considering I play RTS games a lot, I might be shit against other players, but against AI, I can predict what it's going to do.
That's true. I mean, both of us had a shit ton of experience in these, so we kind of you kind of have a basic understanding of how these things are going to play out, especially in the early levels.
Reinforce a base that just went dark. Push the dynasty out, repair the base, and get our refineries back online. If the dynasty are here for our Tempest, harvest as much as you can before they can take it. The nest has been kicked. Let's see what comes crawling out.
Right, let's begin this mission then. Let's do the briefing, and then I will come back to the mission.
A GDF base is under attack. You'll be commanding the reinforcements. Reach and recapture the base before it falls. Once harvesting operations are back online, protect your harvesters as they gather the remaining Tempest. The Dynasty are establishing bases in GDF-held zones to take our Tempest. They are to be denied.
Okay, so we're gonna let's kill some GDR. Let's kill some Tempest Dynasty. As I said, these cutscenes are actually really good for setting the scene of what the next mission is, and they're really good at world building. So we're going to continue on through this mission then. As I said, we're going to finish this mission. We're going to call it here at the end of this level. I have to say, the cutscene's also showing the units themselves. It's really nice, like seeing what your troops look like in these cutscenes. Okay. Let us begin. Yeah. Let's go, boys. It's time for killing some bad guys.
You picking us up, Commander? Entering zone of action now. Let's get to the base. Weapons at the ready. We know what's out there.
Don't we?
Van can carry up to 6 infantry units at a time. Its riot suppression ability can stun enemy infantry for a few seconds.
Stunned, motherfucker. Bam. Okay, so. Excuse me. Killing bad guys. So. Main thing of this mission is we've got to get to that GDF outpost. This is a very, very complicated mission.
I see him. Acknowledged. Hold the line. Ready to roll. Ready for pickup. Received. Hold the line.
Right suppression again. See? Stuns them down. Let's kill them out quickly without having to deal with them. So. I'm going to go up here first because I remember why I go up here first. I believe there's a bonus objective in this direction, if I remember this mission correctly. I have played this mission a little bit on my own.
Unit is under attack.
Okay. Well, this time I'm doing a lot better than the first time I played this mission because this time, you may have noticed, this time I am not. My riot vans are not on like 0 health. As they were the first time I played this mission. There we go. So, we're going to go down here. There's a Tempest field here, so there's more enemies to clear out. We're going to probably see a Dynasty Tempest rig. I can show you what that looks like then now. I want to get my guys out, I think, after this point. Okay, so got the whole army out. Tells us to get the guys out of the squad, out of the transport now. Got a load of GDF troops, some grenadiers, some gunners. Yeah, so grenadiers are kind of good against vehicles, but they're not the best. I think it's in intel mode. Yeah, it's still in intel mode. Control of the base achieved.
Commander, we weren't gonna last much longer.
Yeah.
Commander, I have the base back online.
Feels like that's the I do feel like that is the voice guy of. We need to clear that out. That's the thing I need to clear. It's okay. Let's go clear out this. Okay, we're gonna repair that. We need a barracks. Okay, first things first. Build the barracks. Actually, no, not first things first. Build the barracks. First things first. Build the second one of them.
Unit is under attack.
Loud and clear, Commander. Acknowledged.
Okay. So, remember we took the stolen plans tech. That means in about 5 minutes.
Looks like there's some larger Tempest fields in the area. I'm linking you up with a support beacon. You
Yeah, I know.
move structures away from your base. Secure the Tempest before the Dynasty can.
Come on, build that refinery. Get 2 refineries up, we can... Actually, wait.
Cancelled.
Okay, we're going to put a support beacon down here. So, we're going to do what the game's telling us to do, which is put a support beacon here. So, this does the secondary objective. That lets me put another refinery down here. Puts the refinery
What
there.
rush to get?
Puts the refinery here. Hello, welcome back. Welcome. And also,
Doesn't matter.
what? What'd you say, Jax?
Have you destroyed Russia yet? Have you destroyed?
We're not fighting. We're not fighting Russia. We're fighting the whole of Europe.
I know. That's it. Sorry, you're attacking it.
Collect crate. Oh my god, the crates are everywhere.
Acknowledged.
I'm building a second refinery. Because the first one's like there.
Our base is under attack.
Dude, guys, come on, leave my base alone. You don't want to kill my turret. It's protecting you. Okay, I think I need to build a barrack.
protecting you.
Well, sorry. Yeah, it is protecting them from me. There we go. Build a barracks. Build the barracks this way. Okay. If I build a barracks, I can build Gatling turrets, which means I can start putting turrets down to defend my base. Which is good, because that means I can end. I didn't realise I could do this with walls the first time I was playing this, where if I don't have a build area somewhere, but I have a wall there, I can replace the wall with a turret. Which is quite useful.
Construction complete.
Yeah, that's the annoying. I've got a harvester there and a harvester there, so the other... Oh yeah, get an engineer to build a guard tower in a spot. Engineer on the field. So, remember how I said about the stolen plans thing before, Jax? Just give me a minute to finish, like, upping my power generation, because I need to update the power generator. Turns out I need more power generators.
I need that, innit?
Construction complete.
Building that, and then that can go there. Well, I can't tell it to go there, but yeah. I'm doing the secondaries just because it gets us more requisition at the end. You get 1,500 requisition roughly at the end of every mission if you do every single objective.
Secondary objective accomplished.
Roger, Command. Heading.
Construction complete.
Got to gather 5,000 Tempest. The only problem with that is that I've also got to spend Tempest to build an army and build defences.
Yeah, but there's loads of natural resources here to harvest.
Yeah, so, you see this field here? This field here will regrow. That field there will regrow. This field will not.
It doesn't have one of those mother plants in it.
Yeah. Unless it's got one of those roots and it doesn't regrow. I actually think it tells you that in this bit here at the minute. Alright, no troops. Oh no, it's next mission that it tells you that. For some reason, it's the next mission that it tells you about the fact that it's the plant that is where... If you don't place it where there's a plant, it, won't regrow.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put a turret there. That'll just keep... that keeps our base protected a little bit. So, we don't have a satellite uplink, I've just realised. We need one. Now, as you see, I've built this. Guess what I can now build? 5 of them. They are... they are multiple launch rocket systems, basically. MLRSs. But they're artillery. I'm not supposed to have artillery yet in the campaign. That's the funny part.
You just when you steal the troops.
Yeah, when you steal the tech off the enemy, you get the ability to access it immediately. Which I don't think it's something they're going to fix. I actually like it because it's kind of a, you know, a little bit of a nice little treat for. Technically, I could have stole the boar tank, which is the other faction's main tank. So I'd have the hunter tank and the boar tank, because the hunter is designed to mine has bonus damage against marked enemies, which is why these guys are all in mark mode, because that way whatever they shoot, that does more damage too. But yeah, the MLRS is quite useful. A good way to do
I remember in the Command and Conquer days when, like, you would do a mission, you'd send out an engineer, you'd take over an enemy base, and then you could build their stuff for that mission.
Yeah.
But I can't remember which one it was when I played it. And I took over sank on someone's base with an engineer, and in the next game, I had it available because my people knew how to build it now. I was like, oh.
It was probably one of the ones with a more persistent campaign that they did.
I mean, it was a different company. It was a comment. It was just it was a throwaway game. It was a throwaway game as well for the most part. That you got cheap, and they had this persistent. If you took something, you could then use it later on. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, persistent campaigns, which is quite nice. I like when campaigns. I like that they've done that with this. I like also that they've not gone. You can do it with every single unit in their arsenal. It's just here's like 4 different units. Both factions get access to different units. Both factions basically get access to a helicopter, an artillery, a main tank, and that's about, and something special. Like, so the other faction doesn't have like a ground transport, whereas this faction does. So the Tempest Dynasty, instead of getting access to an infantry unit, get access to the riot van. This here. Which is my APC, so they get access to my APC instead. By the way, apparently the OP strategy with those things is just spam drone controllers, stick them in a riot van because the drone hovers above the van and attacks enemies for it. So the van can use. So it's like, but the drones can be targeted and shot out the sky. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm putting these 3 over here like this for now, just until I'm ready to move out. Now I can just kind of... I'll let those gather up. I'm not going to... Okay. I think I've got a big enough army at the minute. I'm just going to let these guys stay, and I'm just going to use the MLRSs to help hold the front line. Just build one more, and then I should be able just to let my Tempest go up to 5,000 and then continue the mission. It won't take as long, because all I've got to do is this. Actually, no, wait, cancel that. When I get enough, I might... I can't remember where they come from over here. I think... Because they attack from this side as well, and I kind of want to thingy it off. But I think they just spawn over here and come from this direction. I don't think there's actually...
Well, have they not got a set number of enemies then? No, it's not like if they says...
No, it's because this bit is defend the base. So it spawns enemies as well. They have a base somewhere over here. I can't destroy it yet because if I destroy it now, I break the mission. So just makes it easier to. But yeah. There we go. We've got all these guys ready. We're going to clear out some of the map anyway, because if I clear out some of it. But this map mission as well, if I remember correctly, is also the mission that teaches you to scout and find other routes to attack bases.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really neat thing that they've done that.
I mean, it is a good thing to learn as well, especially when you start doing PvP battles. Is you send off a scout back towards you in a windy way. It's like if you come in, if you're in the north and you come down, go straight down south, and you meet the people you've got to fight, they go right, they're up north. If you whirl it around the entire map and then come up from the south and find them in the south, go, oh shit, they're people down in the south.
Oh yeah. See this little engineer dude?
Yep.
He's going inside the right van for a bit. So there's a reason for this. So I've got to be careful with this. I can't attack the Tempest rig. Yeah, this is the mission because they've got a base here that's fortified, and I've got to go up around this way to get into it.
Okay.
I'm trying to do the secondary objective at the minute because the secondary is... Nope, don't shoot the Tempest rig, remember. You, get out. And then send him to do this. Watch. And mine. I stole their harvester. There we go. We stole their harvester.
Good. More resources for the cause.
So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to move the harvester. As this is a good field to harvest from. Like, if I can keep the rig alive, I could just leave it here. Actually, no. At least harvesters. Just leave the rig harvesting the field. My vehicles can kind of just stay here a minute.
It will survive.
Well, I don't need to harvest resource anymore. Well, I do, but I don't need to, like, harvest so many resources anymore. So I can kind of do this. Which is 15 of them. 10 of them. Oh no, I'm under attack. That's a shame. It's a shame I have an MLRS defending my base. That's why I put these here. They're just basically sitting here going, I dare you to try and blow me up because I've just got rocket launchers shooting at you. I stole your artillery. Deal with it. But yeah, it's stuff like that that's made me appreciate the game more. Like, the fact they put in the ability just to go, like, in the campaign when, okay, we're going to give you this armory ability. We're going to give you a bunch of upgrades. They're campaign exclusive, but we're going to let you customize your army to your playstyle. I rely on artillery. I will admit that. That is what I rely on in most strategy games. I like artillery. I'm a turtle player, and I like artillery. So the fact that they gave me the ability to steal the enemy's artillery early game from both sides, and it made cool. I get artillery early, meaning I can actually use like my army in like a weird, in like you know, fun ways, fun mechanics and shit. If that makes sense. So I'm going to install that because that'll let me build the riot van. I can't build that at the minute.
Oh.
It's my transport. They're quite useful, but I'm going to build 10 of them and 10 of them. Because I need more tanks, and definitely, and I'll build some more. Actually, wait, no, just 5 of them. Yeah, he's harvesting that. I was going to move the rig down here and leave it, you know, harvesting that, because it should be safer, but nah. Put this here, and I'm going to do this. Put another rig there. So this can get. There is an upgrade you can get for this. You can't get it in this mission. You get it later. That building upgrades and produces credits passively produces 150 credits every like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
It's because both factions, even in multiplayer, have a way of getting in like infinite resources, but you just get it at a really slow rate. The Dynasty's way is this tree on the left for them. You go to the bottom, and for each of their like unique abilities that they have active, they generate 150 credits every 5 seconds. But
Okay.
To get more than one of those like abilities active, you have to have at least like 2 or 3, MCVs and stuff. Because it's only MCV that has it, and each one can only have 1 active, and they only have 3. So it encourages you to build more MCVs.
You get have a nice little an actual decent
I'm just having
collection of units.
yeah. I'm having a scout around at the minute. MCV's the builder. It's the one that, you know, the main... Oh no. They're attacking my harvester again.
You got it. Engaging enemy.
Bastards.
I'm just doing a check of the map. You can guess what I'm doing. Checking the map for more reasons. Oh no, they're attacking my Tempest rig. Remember correctly, there's a base over here. That is my favourite tank in the game. It's called a Pillager. It is a flame tank. You can't steal that, and if I could steal that off the enemy, I would be so happy.
It would be mine. It would be all mine.
Okay, so I've realised my my energy is low. Two, three. Just building 3 generators. You can't build the advanced one in this mission, so there's no point in me trying to build one. I believe this way it leads to a camp or something. So because they keep coming from this direction, so I'm going to make sure there's nothing left. See, I've got drones now, and drones give a high vision range. No, they're just coming from off map. These vehicles just being used to kill everything. This support beacon ability, by the way, is really useful.
Well, I missed this or not, but so is the Tempest stuff like Tiberium, as in it's toxic to humans to stand in?
Nope. It's toxic to vehicles in this game.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying before. It's the vehicles that get debuffed by it. They get that.
Oh yeah, I'm.
If I leave it in here, it'll get Tempest
to
overload.
spark up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's electric. It's electrical and it latches onto mechanicals, whereas infantry, because I think infantry generally wear. It's also because the law for it is it absorbs radiation. Like, it's not radioactive itself; it absorbs the radiation. So it grows in zones. Because this is set post the Cold War, basically went hot and Europe got nuked. Like most of Europe has been nuked to the ground, so because of that, the Tempest grows primarily in irradiated zones. Like, that's where it grows. So I'm going to send this guy forward. He's going to die, but it's... Oh no, their base is heavily fortified. Okay. Go that way. We haven't figured out yet that I'm avoiding the enemy base on purpose.
Around the base.
These guys are just going to stay here and they're just going to go on patrol mode. These guys are just going to guard this, basically. I'm trying to tell those tanks to stay out of the enemy's gunfire.
Good luck with that.
Go, 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 go. It's because I had them attack move, and attack move, they will just attack whatever. If something shoots them, they'll attack it.
Yeah.
See what I mean by this is the back end? It teaches you on this mission that a lot of people might miss, but it's teaching you to not assault from the front when if someone's got like one side of their base heavily defended. It's teaching you to try and find another way in.
Go around the back. Yeah.
So, for example, that entrance is on the same ground level as everything. So the enemy quite clearly can, because it can see what's coming for it.
The base was heavily guarded. Is there another way in?
Yes, we're going down at you, Spiel Scout scum.
What do you need? I see you.
Yeah, my tanks will automatically stop and attack defend the towers, but it's fine. I love the map design as well, though. Like that lighthouse that's been, you know, very clearly been abandoned for quite a while and stuff. Like, map design's really nice.
All of it is really good.
And there we go.
When I said that last time, I like the vehicle design, building design, the landscape's great.
Well, last time we
really
played the
have.
Dynasty, that's why I chose to pick. I kind of showed to showcase for campaign wise. I was like, we'll showcase these guys because let's be honest, we played the Dynasty in skirmish last time. I like the Dynasty more as a play style. They're my faction. They play like I want to play. They're the heavy, hard hitting faction. That's their kind of style. Where these guys have a lot more nuanced units. Like they have a unit called the Shield Maiden, which is its entire purpose is it's good at anti-air, but its entire purpose is to like, make enemy missile units fire slower while then within range. Like these guys have a lot of supporting units rather and stuff that does alternate stuff. Whereas the Dynasty is very straightforward. Most units are just straight up bash you in the face, fuck you. So, played the second mission. We're going to go back to the armory first, and I'll showcase a little bit more of the armory like stuff. But after that, so at the end of the mission, you get requisition for finishing every side objective. So you get a 1,800 for finishing every side objective in this mission. And we get a doctrine point and an armory point. The armory points is so that we can add another armory upgrade. And doctrines are so we can, unlock a new doctrine. Doctrines, in multiplayer, you unlock doctrines with spending credits. You can swap them out anytime. You can literally cancel a doctrine upgrade. Like, even if you've researched it, you can just cancel it to swap it for something else later. But you can only have a maximum of 11 doctrines active at once. Usually, for the reason I'm going down this one, particularly in this campaign playthrough, is because it unlocks this and this, which is really good. The comms rig generates a build radius. Comms rig's like a little vehicle that you get. The units nearby fire quicker and do slightly more damage. While they're near it's a support unit. Like I said, the GDF has a lot of support units and stuff. That's their playstyle. You want to synergize your army to have stuff in it to boost your units because the faster you're shooting. Getting that means it has a build radius, meaning I can just use those, set it up so it triggers its aura buff in the larger radius, and build some defences or build a bunch of factories at the front line without having to use the support beacon and waste credits every so often. The armory, in this case, we've only got one pip, so what we'll do is we'll take a one slot stuff and we'll go through. We've got 4 abilities we could pick from. What we're going to pick from is we're going to pick this one, which makes all of our drones fire lasers instead of firing missiles, which is really good because it makes the drone controller fire a lot quicker, and it also makes them do more damage to vehicles. So that has been Tempest Rising. We're only going to showcase the first 2 missions because I don't want to showcase too much of the spoilers of the campaign. But we'll be back next week with another game, and this game, this game is available now on Steam. Go ahead, give it a try. Go get the game. Trust me, if you love strategy games, love real-time strategy, love Command & Conquer, this is a game I recommend. I recommend it so much. And anyway, I'm going to say goodbye. And Jax, say goodbye, Jax.